In the world of civilization, we human live, love, and also lose. Hate, trust, regret, repent, judging, and gossiping can't run away from us from being a human. Today, I, Syazwani will talk to you about my experience that I have encountered myself from traveling from Muazzam Shah to Kuala Lumpur. This story goes back about 1 month ago where I have to travel from Muazzam Shah to Terminal Bursa Padu Selatan by bus, and from there my father couldn't fetch me, so I have to take train and go back to my house. So on my journey in a train, I was standing at the back door of the train, and as the previous day, I was studying really hard until late night for my finals, so I am extremely tired from that day. So what I did is I fell asleep in the train. While I was asleep, I woke up few times until there's one man arrived and comes in. He was a man with about 5.5 foot tall, and he was in big size. He was actually looking like a mafia guy, and he has a very messy and a curly hair. So I couldn't judge more other than I judge him as a bad person. So I was afraid of that. But despite all that, I still fell asleep. And soon, after a stop, a man woke me up. It was actually that man. He woke me up and said, "Adik, bangun adik. Ini stop adik ke?" And I said, "No, and thank you." And he said, and I fell asleep back again. And this happens for every stop. He still wakes me up every time and say, "Adik, bangun adik. Is this your stop?" And I still say no until there's one stop. He actually wakes me up and said, "Adik, there is an empty seat there. There is an empty seat there." He said, "Go and sit there." And so I say, "Sir, please go and sit there." And he said, "No, I insisted you to sit there." So I sit there and slept. And soon, time after time passed by, he actually left at KL Central stop. And he actually left at KL Central stop. So here, what I want to share is, we as a human shouldn't judge a person. The typical quotes of don't judge a book by its cover is actually happening all around us, and it hit me right on the face. A good man can be a good man, but a murderer can also be a good man. For instance, if a murderer is to murder because of his mother's being abused, we as a human he shouldn't be judged as a bad person, neither he should be judged as a good person. In the world of civilization, we human need to stop judging. Thank you. I'm Syazwani.